Hey there! Welcome back to Crimson Arch Studios. It's been a while. It's honestly been a while, hasn't it? Where were we last time? We were talking about a shitty Star Wars show for 30-something hours. And unfortunately, I had to go through a bunch of really personal bullshit situation going on at home. That's why I couldn't do this last week. But I'm here. We're here. We're back. And boy, do we have a lot of shit to talk about. First of all, congratulations to Team USA for winning the Olympics this year. Now that I got that out of the way, let me introduce our guests. Well, we have always wonderful Ethan. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, everybody?
And we got our good old Nemo. Just Nemo. Not Captain Nemo, just Nemo.
Yep.
We're going to get into the reason. Like, he called himself Captain Nemo to spread positivity and all that. This ain't it. Today is not that kind of day.
Yep.
I'm joining you in that rage, buddy. So, we got a lot to talk about, from lots of Comic-Con coverage from 2 weeks ago to the much more recent D23, which is happening this weekend as we speak. And not to mention the fact that we're going to be talking about like a really, really shitty movie that came out just this weekend alone, and a movie that happens to do this particular kind of movie better than the movie that came out this weekend, and that movie ended up earning $1 billion in the global box office. That's still quite a bit.
Oh, the mayor of Los Angeles is there.
Oh, he's still watching the ceremony of
Yep.
Why?
So I guess he's going to receive the Olympic flag.
Possibly. So let's get into this shit. Episode 14, Weapon 11 and Weapon X. Gee, I wonder why I named it that. Anyway, so we got, like I said, we got Comic-Con galore. Oh my god. And I got a spoiler-free review for Deadpool and Wolverine. Not that it kind of matters, considering it. Let's be real, the movie's everywhere now on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I still highly encourage you all to go see this in theaters. It's meant to be. You need to take your friends too. Take your friends to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Y'all have friends?
All right, there she is.
Okay, Barry Allen.
Y'all have friends?
I need friends to trash Hawaii.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
And we've got a lot of D23 stuff to talk about. Like I said, you're going to see a messy presentation. Let me tell you, it's going to be a messy presentation simply for the fact that, well, like I said, the last 2 months, not 2 weeks, 2 months was the equivalent of literal hell. Like, I'd rather be caught in the void than deal with the last 2 months. I'm not kidding when I say that. But I digress. So, one of the first of many things that have come out of Comic-Con was more footage for Transformers 1. And honestly, this is what they should have first shown for Transformers 1. This is, like, if you're going to do a prequel story that centered the origins of Megatron and Optimus Prime, they should have shown this fucking trailer. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, having a comical trailer, if you know what I mean. You know, it didn't work out with that first trailer. This one actually doesn't look that bad. And if you're wondering why am I not showing the trailer, it's because I don't want to risk lag. And this might be the last episode. No, it is going to be the last episode where we're going to be using StreamYard to stream the podcast going forward, we might just stick to OBS. All right, or I'll have to find an alternative. But we'll talk about that later. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Transformers 1 doesn't look half bad. I'm still very in the skeptical phase at this point. The next bit of news is that the show Dexter is getting a resurrection. I haven't seen Dexter, nor do I really give a shit about it, to be honest with you. But how about you guys?
Never watched it.
I'm not a Dexter fan.
I know the lore behind it. Basically, he's a serial killer who kills killers, but never actually watched it. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you know about it?
I heard it's good. I mean, there's a reason why it exists.
Hold on.
You know?
Hold on.
What's up?
I'll have Casey jump in. Casey actually apparently knows about it.
Oh, okay. Come right ahead.
Hold on. She's fixing her hair, apparently.
All right.
I read one of the books years ago, and it read like a bad James Patterson book.
Ah, okay. That
So wasn't really a ringing endorsement to watch the show.
Gotcha.
I that's nothing against the show. I haven't watched it. It's just the book read like a bad James Patterson book, which if you've read James Patterson, that's saying something.
It basically is a bad James Patterson book. What do I say? Hi guys.
Hey there.
Okay, so yeah, I watched Dexter. Like, oh my goodness, it's been a couple years now since I
coming
last
back.
seen it. It's coming back. Oh my god. Okay, so let me. For anyone who hasn't seen the show, let me tell you how bad the ending was. Spoilers, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it yet. But basically, okay, so the cops are basically like on this guy's trail, like the serial killer, and his sister is dead. And he's like taking his sister's dead body out into a boat. Right, he dumps her body, and he's like riding into like a storm, right? And we're all supposed to believe he's dead. No, surprise, he's actually been living in Argentina, leaving his girlfriend and his baby like alone. But he's been like living out in the farm in like Argentina. It was basically like, you know, How I Met Your Mother ended. It was basically like that. Like it was just completely dog shit. Like not even gonna lie. Like it was a terrible ending. So I'm actually kind of surprised hearing that it's gonna be back, and like it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what they're gonna do with it. But it could go either way. It's either gonna be really, really good or really, really shitty.
I'm leaning towards on the really, really shitty, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like the really shitty.
Yeah, honestly, from how it ended, I just.
What are you doing?
Is that the Hollywood sign?
Raj, you're the Mission Impossible guy here. What's going on here?
I'm the Mission Impossible again. I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, okay. He fist bumped the. Okay.
Are you kidding? No, he did not. Are you kidding?
Oh. Oh.
Oh my!
Again, this is live, guys. This is live.
No, this is pre-recorded. Calm down.
Well, pre-record, but still.
Live. This
But-
is not live. Live.
I know it's not live, but what I meant is it's live for you guys. It's live for you guys.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Fair enough. But this is wow, they did not disappoint when they said this is going to be going to be Hollywoodized.
For real.
Oh, is that going to be the Cauldron?
Looks like.
When is the LA Olympics going to be?
2028.
So we have some time for him to set that flag up. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of time. Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to set it up if you're going the wrong way, buddy. I know you got time, but turn around. Turn around.
That's a celebrity. I want to say that these are celebrity cameos here. I want to say. Who is that?
I can't tell.
More celebrity cameos than the opening.
Hey, we had Gojira at the opening. You calm down. Gojira was amazing. Do you know how mad I am? I'm going to see Korn and Gojira here in San Antonio in October. and I'm going to be in a sling from the shoulder surgery, so I won't be able to go into the mosh.
Ah.
Super sad. Super sad.
All right.
Look at
All right, back to the stream.
I'm glad you guys are able to see that. As soon as I saw Tom Cruise, I'm like, I have to put it back.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody gives a shit about this. Moving on. The SpongeBob movie, Search for Square Punch.
Oh, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
What happened to Mark Hamill? He used to be a badass, and he's just kind of gotten weird in the last few years. And I'm not even talking about his political stuff. It's just everything he's done lately has been weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he was a badass. He done some of the most iconic voice acting, doing the Joker, Firelord, Ozai. Who was he in Studio Ghibli? It was Castle in the Sky. What was the guy's name?
I know who you're talking about, but it's not coming to me right now.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, but like he's done some amazing voice acting stuff. It's just like the last few years, it seems like he's just kind of just doing random stuff. He's the Snoop Dogg of the voice acting world.
Yeah, sadly. And there's another spin-off SpongeBob thing on Netflix. Nobody gives a shit about. Moving on. All right, go ahead.
All right. I will be taking a sacrifice for you guys. I've worked my butt off to complete Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This is my next big game right here. And I am going to let you guys know firsthand what it's like if it's worth the $120 or the $110. Because I just wanted the season pass. That's the reason why I have to pay this much money. I didn't get the most expensive edition. I got the middle one. I got the middle tier because I just wanted the season pass.
So if you want to see Captain Nemo gaming risk his sanity for the second time this year regarding Star Wars, go check out Captain Nemo.
Honestly, my biggest thing is, and this is the thing that happened with video games back like 10 years ago when we switched from $50 to $60 price points. And in the last few years, you've seen a lot of games coming out where they're doing different editions. And before it was like when you bought a $70, $80, $100 edition, you got some kind of bonus, some cool collectible. Now it's just like, hey, fuck you. We're going to add an extra skin or we're going to add one extra thing. And the price points on video games are getting ridiculous.
They are.
Brandon saying I'm supposed to get a Boba Fett skin for her, some kind of Boba Fett skin.
That's my point. You're paying $110.
Yeah, I'm paying $110 for the season pass. Yeah.
Yeah, he's risking that shit.
But like that's even the thing. Like I look at like stuff like Fortnite, Overwatch, all those things that have battle passes or whatever else, right? At least with Fortnite, it gives you enough currency each time to buy the next one, so you only have to buy it once, right? Yeah. But it's just like I look at a lot of this stuff and, you know, it really just does seem like cash grabs. Like it's ridiculous how expensive stuff's gotten, and we don't even know if it's going to be good. Like look at Battlefront and Battlefront 2 that came out what 6 and 8 years ago respectively.
Are you talking about the Classic Collection or the EA?
No. The new ones they made.
Okay, the EA ones. Okay.
Yeah, and like the price point was high on them, and they weren't that good, especially at launch. I mean, they've gotten better, but I'm kind of reserving my judgment on this until after it comes out because most of the stuff I've seen on it so far has been kind of meh. I'm mostly kind of like the price point is stupid.
Yeah, that's the big thing in my opinion that's killing not just this game, but pretty much every single upcoming game by Ubisoft right now. Like, they don't know how to price their fucking games anymore. I swear
it's not just them.
Yeah.
It's not just them. It's every company. Like,
look
at
one. So I had to make a tough choice. I had to make a tough choice of either this game or Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm choosing this one to see if these games are worth the price point.
Well, I'm going to be kind of curious what's going to happen with Assassin's Creed Shadows because there's already people up in arms about the Black Samurai thing. So I'm kind of curious, like, how they're going to do that, if they're going to wind up getting delayed, if they're going to fix stuff, because there's people up in arms about that.
Yep, I agree.
So I'm curious what's going to happen. I mean, like I said, it's like I feel like all video games are doing this at this point. Like one of my favorite series, Destiny. I'm a big Destiny player. I've been playing a lot of them, and I like the annual cycle that they were doing where you could get every year they were just basically releasing an expansion, kind of like World of Warcraft did, but we were doing it annually. And it was cool because you got new content at the price of a new game, and it was great. But like the most recent one they came out with is $60 and only gets you basically 3 months. If you want to get all the other stuff, you got to buy the season pass. And they started doing that recently. It feels like every big game has done this crap, except for some of the like story-based stuff, like Assassin's Creed. They kind of got weird with adding in like weekly and daily achievements and stuff for Valhalla. So they kind of started doing a little bit of cash grabby stuff. But like Resident Evil, you guys know how much of a Resident Evil stan I am. When they released that game, it's complete. It's everything. They released one DLC for it that added on a story, and that was a separate thing. But I just wish games would get back to, hey, look, when we give you this, it's everything. It's not, hey, we're going to charge you $60 for the base and $30, $50, $100 more for the add-ons. I hate the cash grab microtransaction bullshit we have these days.
Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree, man. Like, in fact, fuck, when was the last game I actually legit picked up and actually enjoyed through and through? Like every bit of content.
So there's one game I just got. It was on sale on Xbox for like $8. It was recommended to me by a friend of mine. It's called Vampire, spelled Vampyr.
I heard of it.
And
Yeah.
it's a RPG style in like World War I or World War II England, where you play a doctor who's a vampire, and like everything's included. It was $8. It has everything, and I can sit back and play it at my leisure, and it's interesting. I'm not going to say it's the greatest game I've ever played, but it's interesting.
There is one game that I actually played, and I did stream a few times on Twitch, and this is something that Captain Nemo kept recommending me for a better part of this year so far, and that is Hypercharge on box. Basically, it's you play as a toy, you play as an action figure, and like it's kind of like
yeah, small soldiers. Yeah,
movie and whatnot.
That's
Where,
cool.
like, they all it's ridiculous. It's fun. It gets to the point, and it was made by only just a couple of dudes, right? Like just like 6 people.
6 people. Yeah,
6 people worked on this game, and it's an indie title. Like not a whole lot of people were talking about it, and I'm still trying to do my best to spread the word about it, but. Yeah, like most games these days, like AAA especially, AAA has just become a joke lately, because they put more emphasis on profit rather than just like making a fun game and having the player treat it as fun as it can be. And if they want to see more, fans better demand it. And boom, there's your fucking DLC. Look how GTA 4 came to be back in the day. Remember, like I think that was like the first major game to actually introduce DLC, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
No, there was DLC before. There was DLC way before GTA 4. DLC started way back in the Xbox original days.
with I think it was Oblivion. Was it Elder Scrolls Oblivion?
I don't remember exactly which game it was. I know it was on the original.
Hi, Ruscio.
Xbox. I remember it was on the original Xbox, and there's been content for a long time. The one who started microtransactions was COD.
Mm-hmm. Wait, really? It was COD? I thought it was... Oh, whatever.
COD was one of the first to have microtransactions.
Fair enough. Okay.
Anyway,
let's get back to Comic-Con, shall we? The next big announcement that The Boys is finally ending. Not without a prequel featuring Soldier Boy, Jensen Ackles' Soldier Boy. I am a fan of the show. If you're not, then that's fine. I really don't care. I'm actually looking forward. I still need to catch up myself, but I actually enjoy this shit. That's just me.
I liked the first season. I really liked the second season. I felt like the third season, the pacing was weird, and
that I agree.
I felt like the pacing was weird, and the story was just not very linear. It kind of just was all over the place. So I kind of lost interest during season 3, personally. That was just
fair.
me.
That's fair. Now we're getting more Bob's Burgers, American
Thank
Dad, and more Simpsons. Just fucking end it. We don't need any more Simpsons. If it's overplayed.
Nah, let it keep going. Let it outlive all of us. Let it outlive all of us. Let it go for forever. It's already the longest running cartoon in history. Don't let it ever be dethroned. Just keep it going.
I don't care about it. I'm not watching this shit anyway. So we're getting more Strange New Worlds, as well as an animated segment of Lower Decks. For any
It ought to be interesting to see it animated. It ought to be interesting to see it animated.
Yeah. Alien Romulus is coming out next weekend. I'm going to be seeing it, and there will be there'll be something special for next episode revolving aliens. There have been plenty of really, really bad alien movies in the past.
Yeah, the last few haven't been great.
Yeah.
So,
but
tell them who we're going to go see in a couple months, Raj. Tell them who we're going to go see in a couple months.
I wonder who.
Just John Carpenter, the greatest director of horror ever.
Not just the greatest filmmakers of all time, but one of my personal idols. One of my personal idols.
So for anybody who's interested, who's a fan of the Crimson Arts Studios, Raj, myself, and Steve will all be at Richmond Horror. What is the actual name of it? Hold on.
Richmond, Virginia.
We'll be in Richmond, Virginia. Let me look it up. I think it's Nightmare Weekend. Yeah, it's Nightmare Weekend in Richmond, Virginia in the beginning of October. We're all going to be there. So if you guys want to come out and say, hey, we'll be there. And we're going to be meeting John Carpenter and a couple of the other horror icons. So.
All right. But yeah, and do go check out Alien Romulus if it's good.
Check it out anyway. It's an alien movie. It can't even a bad alien movie is still better than some of the crap we've had lately. Like one of the ones we're going to talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Hey man, we got more footage of the Penguin. Really curious to see what they do with this. Colin Farrell is.
I really liked Robin Lord Taylor in Gotham as the Penguin. You know, Robin Lord Taylor did an amazing job with him.
I agree.
And he's gotten a bit older. They could have put him in a fat suit instead of Colin Farrell, and I think it would have been a better job. That's my only critique, is there's no reason not to bring Robin Lord Taylor back. He is probably the greatest, including Danny DeVito, he is probably the greatest portrayal of the Penguin we've ever had live.
That's fair. Let's see what else we got. You know what? We all like to say that Star Wars fans, Borderlands fans aren't eating well. No. Borderlands fans they're starving to death right now. They're dead. Borderlands fans are dead. Hellboy fans, I feel so fucking bad for right now. Because this.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of him as a person, but Ron Perlman did such a good job with Hellboy.
Yeah.
They did a great job. Leave it alone. You do not have to remake every successful series just constantly. Just leave it alone.
And he looks like this looks like, judging by the still image, it looks like. Have you seen the trailer to this?
Yes.
We're all in agreement. This thing looks like shit.
He doesn't look like Hellboy. He looks like a dude that fell into red paint and somebody glued some discs on his fucking head. It's Ron Perlman looked like Hellboy.
No, fuck that. He was Hellboy.
The
original
Hellboy movie was Ron Perlman.
This looks so
Casey
bad.
Casey likes Ron Perlman as an actor, and she didn't realize that was him in the first Hellboy.
First two.
Yeah. I know, I'm ugly. I love that movie.
Yeah. No, I'll even throw what's the fucking name? David Arbor, who played Hellboy a few years ago. He did okay.
He wasn't bad. The story was crap. The movie was crap. He wasn't bad.
I agree. That I'll have to say. This, however, oh god, let's move on.
Yep. Okay,
so like I said, we're not going to show any of these trailers that were showcased at both D23 and STC. See, mostly because I don't want to risk lag right now. But we got our first look at James Gunn's Creature Commandos, and it's very much on brand of James Gunn's signature humor. Does that make any sense? Basically, it is the Suicide Squad, but with monsters, with creatures as opposed to legit inmates, and I think that's a really fascinating subject. And apparently, according to James Gunn, the characters that are showcased in the animation, they're going to appear in live action in some way, shape, or form. How do I feel about that? I really don't know. I wish I could be more confident when I say that.
It's DC and it's James Gunn. Let's just wait and see.
I agree, especially when it comes to this thing. Yep. As of what's the date today? Within the last 11 days, 11 days ago, the Superman movie directed by James Gunn has finally finished filming. Now all we got
After
to
how
do
many
is
months?
pretty much this entire summer, really.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'll be streaming Lollipop Chainsaw, and that's a James Gunn game. That's after
Wait, really?
Outlaws.
James Gunn directed that game?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a moment.
Yeah, Lollipop
really?
Chainsaw. Look it up. Yeah, look it up.
That's cool. I mean, dude, that game is old as hell.
Who cares?
But it's coming out of a remake called Repop, and I already got it pre-ordered.
Are they
Nice.
making Jessica Negri the voice actress this time?
Uh,
I don't know if you guys know. That's what made Jessica Negri famous was Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, I'm aware.
yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. He wrote that. Yeah, he
crazy.
wrote. That's cool. That's fucking cool. I like that. Okay.
That is cool.
Yeah, so I'll be streaming that after Outlaws. That's going to be my Halloween game.
Nice.
All right.
Did you guys
Yeah.
hear? I know we haven't talked about it on this stream, and I don't know if you guys put up anything yet. They announced that Resident Evil 9 is coming out, being directed by the guy who did Resident Evil 7. I am all about that, and I cannot wait for more Resident Evil because we've been in a little bit of a dry spell the last year.
We'll see what happens.
Sorry,
what happens.
video games, Halloween, couldn't resist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. It's around the corner. I got you, man. But you know what? You know something that I'm actually looking forward to the Superman movie. But you know what I'm not looking forward to? Nostalgia stunt bait casting.
Explain.
This is not what I had in mind for Robert Downey Jr. to come back, but if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, I kind of see where they're going.
I mean, I get where they're going, but like
This is just
part of the
not
reason
it.
why Robert Downey Jr. was leaving the MCU was how long he'd been part of it. You know, and
I'm
like
just really confused by this because
he's
when I
too
saw
old
this
for the
post, he
character.
says same task, new mask. He says same task, new mask. I'm like, is this gonna be a good guy, Dr. Doom? I'm confused here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see how they portray this. Because for one, in terms of the MCU, I'm not talking about outside of the MCU. In terms of the MCU, the Russos, which by the way, they are coming back. They did.
Yep.
They worked on Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Yep.
They are coming back to work on these two. And
Which will be. I'm just kind of I'm kind of curious how they're gonna make that work because like Doctor Doom is a different person than Iron Man. Obviously,
He is.
both are genius
Yeah.
level IQs. Both are
my big
scientists.
concern, my
You know,
biggest
like-
concern out of everything that is going on here is the fact, like, leading up to Endgame, right? Everything felt like the connections between each movies that led up to Endgame, they felt consistent, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
post Endgame, yes, we got some mega hits like Spider-Man: No Way Home, a movie we're going to be talking
Deadpool.
about in a bit, but everything else is just so disjointed. It's so all messed up, and I don't want to hear the whole it's because it's all about the multiverse. But shut the fuck up about that nonsense for a minute, okay? Just because it has something to do with the multiverse doesn't mean jack shit. You still got to connect that shit.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about with Doomsday and Doctor Doom is like how are you gonna make that work? I don't see any way to make that work where it's gonna make sense and not feel forced.
Yeah, Marvel really needs to, like, their next upcoming projects, aside from, fucking what we just, like.
John, I'm gonna say this in the most G-rated way possible. Jonathan Majors, I'm mad at you. That's what G-rated explains. I can't go. I don't want to curse, but I'm mad at you, Jonathan Majors.
All
I'll
right.
curse for him. Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go.
And speaking of multiverse, speaking of multiverse, you know what's really sad? Throughout this whole multiverse saga that the MCU is trying to call itself these days, there's only one movie that actually portrayed the multiverse. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've been eating popcorn out of this. No joke.
Yeah, that's all you've been doing to it, huh?
Yeah.
I got one too. I got one
It's
too.
looking a little sticky there, Raj. Anyway.
Okay. Let's get into the review. Let's get it. Very on brand, am I right?
I'm a bad person.
Dude, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine for crying out loud. Go all out now.
Look, it's a bobblehead. Bubble, 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 bubble.
Anyway. All right, let's talk about an actually good movie for once.
Yeah, I want to get this out for it.
All right, I'm going to have to read my review. What the fuck happened here? Hold on a moment.
Something wrong?
No, just
So in case anybody wants to know where our knowledge of Deadpool comes from.
Oh, hold on. Let's bring that up for a moment. The layout. Go ahead. There it is.
Deadpool issue number 1. Number 1, people. We like to sit here and talk about pop culture a lot, but we are diehard nerds in this group. So
okay, I got my review up. I gotta put back the thing so I can do the thing. Let's fucking go, shall we? All right, here we go. It's been a while since we had the opportunity to see the Merc with the mouth on the big screen. After a series of boring acquisitions, rights issues, and a string of flops these last few years for Marvel Studios, with some exceptionally minor exceptions. Nice Deadpool cup there.
Thank you.
We say that this is the movie Marvel Studios, Disney, and the general public really needed. I can say that in full confidence. I can say that.
So can I. I back up Raj on this one.
I gotta say, the entire team behind Deadpool and Wolverine delivered big time.
Oh, yeah.
This is both Deadpool's third film as well as his big entry into the MCU. It also serves as a giant return of Hugh Jackman's Logan. It is directed by Sean Levy, who has had quite the film history prior to this, and it is certainly one of his most successful, financially speaking.
$1 billion? Yeah.
Wade Wilson hangs up the suit and weaponry in order to try to lead a normal life. However, after a threat to end his universe, he reluctantly comes back, explores the Marvel multiverse, and requires the aid of an even more reluctant Wolverine variant to help him save his world. It is very straightforward and simple. It might not have the most interesting story, but straightforward and simple is all you need for a movie featuring a vulgar, brutal, fourth wall breaking clown. Despite this being an MCU flick, it still has all the bells and whistles of a Deadpool movie. From excessive vulgarity, brutal action, giant heap of meta humor, the works. However, seeing how this is an MCU flick, there's endless bounds of cameos, fans of Marvel, more specifically, fans of Fox-based Marvel characters. Normally, I would stop at pointless cameo after pointless cameo. Looking at you, Doctor Strange. However, the cameo served as a perfect representation of what 20th Century Fox tried to do with these characters over the years. The film also served as a perfect send-off to what the studio has done since the year 2000. the pure beauty of Deadpool and Wolverine is the chemistry. Is the chemistry between our two lead heroes. Hugh is the perfect straight man to Ryan's insanity, like peanut butter and chocolate. It's been definitely a dream come true to see certain things that happen in the film, and that it needs to be seen in a movie theater, especially with friends. And after all, that's the whole point of the movie.
Y'all have friends?
Come together. Sorry. So, I'm gonna take this off the screen. So please bring your friends together and watch Ryan Reynolds makes jokes at the expense of Marvel, Fox, Disney, Hugh Jackman, Bill Mayer, and himself, while enjoying a clearly and obvious cultural cry for help. As a wisecracking comedian / Academy Award-winning director once said, "This is cinema." And the fact that this film has finally crossed the threshold of $1 billion in the global box office, I think we can all collectively say, let's fucking go! Yeah! Oh, man. It's been a hot minute since we had one of these kind of movies where it actually crossed $1 billion. Okay.
When's the last time we've had a movie that came out that was this well reviewed, this well received, and this profitable?
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Sadly, Top Gun Maverick.
And before that?
Spider-Man No Way Home.
So we're getting 1 or 2 a year. That's it.
Except for last year, because last year was a fucking dud. Let's be real. We need some more popcorn.
This year has been so far, too. We've gotten 2 movies that have been, wow, amazing. But anyways.
Let's get down into...
Oh.
Let's do this shit. So, for those who don't know, this is something that I created a while back. If you've seen my channel, basically, I like to compare 2 movies and see which of the 2 is the better one. However, it was always just me. I never had someone to bounce off of, if you will. And our good buddy Captain Nemo, he'll be the one moderating this shit as best he can.
Yeah.
Today's episode, Deadpool 2 versus Logan. And considering I already have my freaking claws, I'm going to be supporting Logan.
I mean, we already know which one's the better one.
Ow, goddamn.
We already know which one's better.
Dude,
Okay.
Put it away. Put him away before you hurt someone. Put it away.
Don't do it. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it out.
All right, that's enough perversion.
Oh, we're keeping this shit on then. All right.
Hey, mine's right here too. So, this is holding video game controllers. That's what I'm using mine for.
Delicious.
I just have myself.
So,
all right, let's get into this.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to be going through 7 different categories from star, co-stars, music, cinematography, writing, direction, and overall best picture. And keep this in mind. We're all just having fun. If you have a differing opinion between either of the 2 of us, let us know in the comments. We're just here to have fun. This is not meant to be taken seriously, all right? Let's do this shit. So, let's get into the real debate. Which had the better star? Deadpool or Logan?
I'm going to start off with saying, look, Hugh Jackman is an amazing actor, right? Mm-hmm. He has an amazing anthology of movies he's been in, characters he's played, and he is Wolverine. He is Wolverine. Let's be real. He's done an amazing job. But there is no one. There are other people who could play Wolverine, maybe not as well, but they could play Wolverine, as we saw in Deadpool with Henry Cavill. Sorry, spoilers. But there are other people, and going forward, there will be other Wolverines. There is no one who embodies a character like Ryan Reynolds embodies Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is a fan first, and he has taken. I don't know how Hugh Jackman feels about Wolverine. I know he's really good at portraying him, but Ryan Reynolds fought and may or may not have leaked the original demo stuff that got Deadpool made because of how much of a fan he was. And nobody personifies a character as much as Ryan Reynolds does in Deadpool, especially in Deadpool 2. He is the epitome of the good, the bad. And like a lot of people don't understand when they do Deadpool. I'm a huge comic book fan. I've read basically all of the Deadpool comics, except for some of like the offshoots where he's in other people's stuff. I haven't read all of those, but I've read all the canon, his story stuff. And Deadpool isn't always a wisecracking dumbass. Sometimes he's serious. Sometimes he's sad. Sometimes he's angry. And I feel like Logan, unfortunately, has become very one-dimensional in the later movies. He's angry with vengeance on his mind. Ryan Reynolds has a little bit more of a range in how he portrays a Deadpool. Like there's humor, there's sad. Like the whole opening sequence with what happens to Vanessa and the way he takes out the guy who did it, and you can like you can see it. Like, yeah, he wants to hurt him, but you can also feel his pain when he does jump in front of that truck with him. You know, the ideas of how he's trying to blow himself up, the jokes he makes at Logan. You know, he adds an element of humor to that more serious thing, but you can also still feel the seriousness of the moment. So I feel like overall, as good as Hugh Jackman is, and as iconic as he is as Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds outperformed him in Deadpool 2. That's my 2 cents.
Well, here's the thing about the whole one note thing. Like I wouldn't disagree with the fact that like he's essentially like, well, then again, that's his character. He's meant to be this gravelly, angry, fucking razor clawed mutant death machine. But the thing about Ryan is he's essentially played the same fucking character since 2016. Like almost every other movie outside of Marvel, let's be real. And like that's I'm not against that. Like if that's a shtick, that's totally fine. But like it's kind of gotten so old to the point like I feel like I'm seeing the same character over and over again, no matter whether it's Deadpool or not. You know, Hugh Jackman, however, the amount of range he has, like he's not just an actor. He performed he was the star of The Greatest Showman, for crying out loud. So
I would agree with you there. I think Hugh Jackman is the better actor. I think in these two roles, Ryan Reynolds does a better job portraying the character.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Hugh Jackman is basically the one that propped up Ryan to become Deadpool. If it wasn't for Hugh, we wouldn't be
the X-Men the X-Men Origins, X-Men Wolverine Origins, where we first got our first glimpse of Wade Wilson.
Yeah, true. That actually that spurred interest within the comic movie. Like I didn't even know jack shit about Deadpool at the time.
I did. I was so hyped and so disappointed by that movie. Dude, when I heard Wade Wilson, I was like, oh my God, Deadpool's gonna be in this. I was so fucking hyped. And when they showed what they did to him at the end of that movie, it made me hate the MCU for a little while. I'm not even gonna lie. It made me hate the MCU, and it made me hate the X-Men movies for a little bit because of what they did to Wade Wilson in that movie.
I saw that movie with a friend, and I looked my friend dead in the eyes and like, that is not Deadpool. That's not. They're like, no, what? Not even close. Like, that's not Deadpool.
Yeah, not even close. But anyways, back to the idea at hand. I get what you're saying. I see where, I agree. I would agree to the stipulation that Hugh Jackman is a better actor, but I still got to stand on the point that I feel like Ryan Reynolds portrays Deadpool, at least comic accurate Deadpool, better than Hugh Jackman portrays comic accurate.
Within the context of the movie itself, right here, this particular film, like at the time, obviously he came back, obviously, but at the time we didn't know if he's ever going to come back at all. For all we know, this was it. This was the final end point for his version of Wolverine, and he delivered. Like he took a pay cut, for crying out loud, just so he can make an R-rated Wolverine movie.
All right, I'll ask you this. When it comes down to acting. When Logan dies, you were sad to see the end of Hugh Jackman being Wolverine, or were you sad to see the end of Wolverine?
Both. Honestly, it was fucking both because, like, for
Fair enough.
years,
When
years,
Vanessa died, were you sad that Marina Baccarin was no longer going to be Vanessa, potentially, or did you feel Wade's pain?
I felt Wade's pain. And because like they built that up for an entire movie only to kill the character off at the beginning of the movie. I knew because here's the thing.
We knew she was coming back. We all knew she was coming back.
I was sad and I felt Wade's pain, but here's the thing though, right? And we'll definitely get more into the story. And you know what? Let's just wait until we get to the actual story.
Okay, so let's have Nemo. Nemo, you're the moderator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you avoiding this point? Which side are you taking on this one? Who argued their point better? Because we can stay here all day talking about each one of these points. So we got to keep it moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the show moving anyway.
Now, are you talking about acting or portraying the character itself?
Portraying the character.
Portraying the character.
Fuck, I gotta give it to
So
Wolverine.
Wait, what?
So, but hold the thing. Hold on. We got to remember, you as a moderator, it's not about your opinion. It's about the debate between Raj and myself about the points.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Raj in this one.
Wow. Okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
Now that we got that out of the way,
Okay.
let's get
Next
back
point.
to the co-stars. This is going to be interesting.
Logan had better co-stars. I mean, there was a bunch of really cool cameos in Deadpool 2, but other than the cool cameos, what was there? Like, what was there for co-stars? I know I'm supposed to be defending Deadpool, but like,
time out, Raj. Let him finish his sentence.
I gotta be honest, like, we had better cameos in Deadpool 2, but like, I mean, okay, hold on. Josh Brolin as Cable was an interesting choice, and I'm impressed with the work he put in to look like Cable. But he's supposed to be like 6'6" and look like that, so like a little disappointed there.
Wolverine is basically the same fucking height, and in the comics he's supposed to be like what, 5 foot, whatever. So
yeah.
Let's just take away fucking height.
So I feel like as for that, like acting opposite of Josh Brolin is obviously a legendary actor, and he did an amazing job as Cable, and he had some of the best one-liners in that film, like dubsteps for pussies, and like just like that was great.
And he's definitely got the stones to prove it.
Haha. But yeah, I get it. You stupid Infinity Stone joke. Go away. I will say he did a better job than the little girl, but also, again, I feel bad arguing this side of this because, like, Logan didn't have a lot of side characters, and
it had dementia-driven, stricken Professor X and Laura.
But like the little girl, being that she's a young actress, was this her first big movie?
Let me check.
It just felt like she was very inexperienced, but she did a good job. I feel like Deadpool had the better cameos, obviously. Like, dude, the 5 seconds of Brad Pitt, fantastic.
That's the thing I have to give against Deadpool 2. Like, majority of the side characters, outside of like Cable, Domino, Weasel.
Domino is terrible. We're not talking about Domino.
Blind Owl. Those are legit side characters. But
yeah, so I like the character of Weasel. Don't like TJ Miller. So I don't think he did a good job portraying him. Like the character Domino, like the actress who played Domino, did not like the way she was portrayed in that. Cable, I feel like Josh Brolin did a great job at Cable. Personally, I'm going to say if we're going to just look at directly opposite, I feel like Cable was better portrayed than the young girl was. And I got to say that just because of experience. So if we're going to go just based purely off of who acted opposite the main character, Josh Brolin obviously did a better job. He's more experienced. He's got more to his name, more time in the industry, and just more acting chops.
Yeah. However, we got Sir fucking Patrick Stewart giving his last. And I'm not talking about Doctor Strange and Multiverse.
How long was he in it though? How much screen time did he have?
For Logan?
Yeah.
Like almost. That's a good question.
I think he had
maybe
quite a bit
15,
of screen
20 minutes.
time.
He was like 15,
Yeah,
20
no.
minutes. How much
Yeah,
did Josh
more than-
Brolin have? How much did Josh Brolin have? So that's what I'm saying. If we're going to talk directly opposite, if we want to talk people that had between 15 and 20 minutes, we talk Domino, we talk Weasel, we talk the kid. I forget his name.
Dopinder.
Oh, Dopender's fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of other actors in there, and so if you want to say that, we had a lot more to base it off of. Yes, Patrick Stewart, amazing actor, right? But I would put him as a tertiary character in that movie, not somebody acting directly opposite the main character. If we want to go directly opposite the main character, you have to give it to Josh Brolin.
If anything, Patrick Stewart was more or less the fucking Obi-Wan of Logan, where he was there to serve as a mentor character that gets killed off. But if there's any side character that easily, not a second job, just stole the show, despite the fact this is her being her first film appearance. Yeah, this is Daphne Keene's first major role ever. This is her debut. She nailed it because of her subdued performance. Like for a kid her age at the time,
she did an amazing job. She did an amazing job. But Josh Brolin did a better job. Like, look at Josh Brolin's character of Cable. You hate him, you love him. He saves Wade. He kills kids. He's all over the place. And then, not for nothing, if we're going to talk secondary, if we're going to talk secondary, if we're going to talk secondary, tertiary characters, Ryan Reynolds voicing a CGI Juggernaut is amazing. And the great iconic scene of Juggernaut ripping him in half. That's an iconic scene from the comics for those of you who don't know. Just everything about that. And then the song, I know we're going to get to soundtrack in a little bit, but the song of people singing, holy shit balls, it's Juggernaut.
Holy shit balls.
We're going to get into that in a bit.
Holy shit balls.
Save the music for the actual segment.
Yeah, save that.
Because I have some shit to say when it comes to the music.
Yeah. I would say, honestly, for tertiary characters, Logan, for secondary characters, you have to give it to Deadpool with Josh Brolin. With, I mean, we had Terry Crews in there. We had Brad Pitt in there. We had the kid Skarsgård kid. What was his name? He played I can't remember his name. He's one of the Skarsgård kids. He played the acid spitting guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but it's not
just a Domino. Again, I didn't like the portrayal so much, but she did a good job with the character. Dopinder is hilarious. So I got to give it to Deadpool for secondary. A little bit of Deadpool Wolverine. I wanted to see more of Dopinder, man. That kid is awesome. I am ready to kill. He kills someone. Oh God, what have I done? I love Dopinder. I have a thirst for blood. I love Dopinder. So I got to give it to Deadpool.
All right, Nemo. What do you think?
All right. So one thing I wanted to add earlier is when you talked about the brief cameo of Brad Pitt, there's a reason for that. And it is Bullet Train, because Ryan Reynolds had the exact same amount of screen time in Bullet Train than Brad Pitt did in that one.
I heard about that.
As for this, I gotta give it to Deadpool because I have seen both movies, and Rod's is well aware of my opinion on this one, but I'm trying to keep it open mind, So because of that, I don't really remember a whole lot of characters in Logan. Like, I just remember Logan, Patrick Stewart, X-23 there, and unfortunately the Black family that was sadly involved that gets slaughtered.
Yeah,
and that's what upset me in that movie. But I just wasn't able to remember a whole lot of characters in Logan. But Deadpool, on the other hand, I am able to remember all of them, like Peter right there, Mojo World, and Domino, and Weasel, Fat Gandalf. I mean, I remember all those characters and everything, and so I got to give the point to our buddy Ethan here, because I just remember it a whole lot more better than Logan in terms of characters.
Okay.
All right, next point. So we're 1 for 1. We're 1 for 1.
Speaking of music,
Deadpool all day. Deadpool all day.
I have to give it a Deadpool too.
Deadpool all day.
I gotta give it to Deadpool as well.
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
Fucking Dolly Parton. Fucking Dolly Parton. 9 to 5. Holy shit balls. Oh, holy shit. I mean, just come on. Every song in that movie was just chef's kiss.
Cause I've been shaking, been bending backwards.
I mean, like, I'm sorry. What music was it? What music was in Logan?
It was sad, depressing, apocalyptic music that set the tone.
All right, so we're all gonna agree Deadpool 2. Move on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
now,
okay.
Now this I'm gonna have to defend fucking Logan to my dying breath.
Go.
Okay.
You first.
Okay. First of all, as Anthony mentioned, this is an apocalyptic, sad, fucking depressing shit show. It's supposed to highlight the end of a hero, and I think this did it really well with its warm colors and its like its use of just it's a very somber look to the film, and it heavily reflects everything that happens to the character of Wolverine. Not Wolverine. Wolverine doesn't really matter. Logan. You see that he just wants to let this end, but if he wants to let it end, he wants to go out on a high note, if you will, and that is by sacrificing himself in order to save someone he cares about, and that those colors, the way certain scenes were shot, that the scene where Xavier was in that giant freaking silo, which resembled Cerebro, that alone goes to show how things have changed since the beginning of the X-Men film franchise, where we got Cerebro, this big giant dome, but then we get this sad, depressing. It's meant to be sad. It's meant to be depressing because this is the end of an entire journey, really. Almost, well, for us, it's been 20 years, or at the time, 17 years. But for the character, it's been almost 200 fucking years or some shit.
I get what you're saying, and I feel like, yes, they did a good job keeping it a very dark and somber tone.
Mm-hmm.
But how many sequences of that movie are iconic sequences? You look at Deadpool 2, the combat sequence in the prison was so well done. The fluidity of the fight between him and Cable inside the prison was so well done. Domino, where they're explaining the luck of Domino, that, again, wasn't a huge fan of how the character was portrayed, but that sequence where she lands off the parachute, goes through the explosions, does all that stuff, was so well done to kind of portray that luck element. And not just that, but even the scenes where the kid is burning down the orphanage, and the scenes between Deadpool's dying scene, that whole drug out. Oh, I died.
A parody of Logan's death scene, which I kind of find
I know,
funny.
which was really funny. But that's the thing, is there's some iconic sequences.
However,
in Deadpool, how many iconic sequences are there
in Logan?
In Logan?
Well, there's the casino bit where Charles is having one of his many seizures, which is it's pretty clear that he's the reason why the X-Men are dead. Two, and this is something that completely caught me off guard when I first saw it in theaters back in 2017, the arrival of X-24, which is the near perfect clone of Logan, where he has no humanity. He's just a full-blown machine to this Donald guy, right? That scene alone, with him killing Charles like that, and having Charles think that Logan killed him, but it wasn't really him, it was a clone, that came out of nowhere. And it was the most horrifying sequence of events that showcased.
I agree, but that's more story than cinematography.
Yeah, but the way it was shot, however,
it wasn't bad.
The use of shadows, the use of lighting, really delivered on what made that scene so.
Again, I feel like they did a good job with the cinematography, keeping the tone of the story. I feel like they did a good job. By no means am I saying that Logan did a bad job, But again, I can't name any sequences of that I'm like, wow, this is a really cool, well done sequence. You know, like there's multiple I can point to in Deadpool 2. You know, the whole ending scene, even the post credits with Ryan Reynolds going back and killing the other Ryan Reynolds and killing the shitty Deadpool, and you know, like they were interesting. Like, dude, the uncut edition when he goes back and debates about killing baby Hitler, like, and just like there's so many really interesting scenes in there that are funny. Like the fact that they took the X-Men Origins, X-Men Wolverine Origins, and put that in and seamlessly put them together. I feel like the cinematography was done better in Deadpool 2 because there's iconic sequences. There's entire scenes that it's like, wow, they portrayed this really, really well.
Just because iconic sequences doesn't mean it looked interesting. Like when I look at Deadpool 2, I like, yes, there are some iconic moments, sure, but if anything, it would just look like any other high budget action comedy film at the time.
I could see
Logan, however, used its cinematography to help tell the story. If you're going to have good cinematography to tell, I think the way Logan did it better in this regard. They used that cinematography. They used those lighting, those shadows to deliver the kind of storytelling that James Mangold wanted to tell. If he wanted to tell a story about a depressed lawyer trying to end his story the way he did, this is how I would have personally fucking done it. From the shakiness of Charles' seizures to the haunting as fuck X-24 entry, which, like I said, came the fuck out of nowhere. It was all shot in shadow for the most part, and as soon as he merged, and you get to see the full display of this. And like you think that, like, when you think of a clone Wolverine, you think, okay, he's gonna look like Wolverine, but like, no, you don't see any humanity in this because the way it was shot, honestly, that kind of reminded me of John Carpenter's thing when you see if you look at the eyes of the characters, the way it was shot, that's more important. I think if we're gonna do cinematography, do it to help tell the story, not just to showcase iconic events. Iconic events are cool.
Okay, perfect example of that. Perfect example of that in Deadpool is the domino sequence. Is the sequence when the kid comes in and kills Cable's kid, right, in the future. There are plenty of scenes that very, very well tell the narrative without any dialogue, without anything else going on. It is told the story through the scene. So I agree with you that that's important. I feel like Deadpool did it better.
Yeah, but those moments when it comes to trying to tell the story, they come in few and far between because we're so fixated on Wade's need to break the fourth wall and all that. You know, like the humorous moments, like, which I won't lie, I love that shit. But when trying to tell that story out, the story elements, I think Logan handled that a little bit better.
All right, Nemo, you're the moderator. Where are you at?
All right. To be completely honest, I totally forgot about the Logan clone that Raj brought up. And because the only cool action sequence that I remember from Logan is when Charles Xavier is having that seizure and the whole hotel is just shaky, it's blurry and everything. And Hugh Jackman just pulls out those claws and just sticks himself to the wall in order to calm down Xavier. That's the only thing I remember. But Deadpool and 2, I remember the domino sequence. I remember him going into Wade Wilson, Deadpool going into Japan, killing all the samurai dudes, all the sumo wrestler dudes, popping the head off one guy into the blood of the camera, saying, "Hey, can you come out? I got a date." and also when Cable goes back in time for the very first time, you see his head shake, like you just know that it's painful to travel back in time. Because Wade doesn't have that effect because he's got that healing factor. Cable does not. And though
here's a question to that. Did he do it the second time when he went back in time to revive Wade?
No, he just grimaced, but I think it was more because he was getting used to the feeling.
But yeah, that part was like, ooh, that's gotta be painful because it kind of goes back to the theory of like destroying yourself and rebuilding yourself in that time period, you know? But anyways,
Molecular transportation.
to get back to this, I do got to give the cinematography to Deadpool, because with that shadow subversion, it was hard for me to tell what was going on. I just thought, oh crap, there's a serial killer in this poor family's house, and I honestly forgot about the Logan clone. I really did. I'm sorry, but I like you're the one that brought it up. So the fact that I remember the fighting in Deadpool and Wolverine, and not remembering the fight that well in Logan speaks a bunch from an open mind point of view.
That's fair. That's fine.
No, 3-1. I mean,
okay, all right. No need to.
This ain't fair. This ain't fair because Deadpool isn't meant to be serious like that. I think that they stuck to the comics really well. They stuck to the source material very well. They had some great moments in there that showed a lot from the comics. Like I said, like the scene with Juggernaut ripping him in half. There was some good touching moments in there, but overall the writing was very simple. And maybe that's a good thing. Like you said earlier when we were talking about the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie, sometimes simple is better.
Bingo. But here's the problem with Deadpool 2, in my opinion. Deadpool 2 is a very contradictory fucking movie. You have this incredible journey of Wade Wilson getting over the loss of Vanessa, only for by the very end of the freaking movie, he just erases that shit. Like, so ultimately, you just basically wasted 2 hours of our fucking time by doing this shit. I mean,
the fact that they can go back in time. Yeah. No, I agree.
Thing to do, and I knew this was going to be the case because as soon as you introduce time travel in your fucking movie, I had a feeling, like this is even back then when I first saw the movie theaters back in 2018. I had a fucking funny feeling that Wade was going to do something with the time travel in order to bring back Vanessa, because that's a very Wade Wilson thing to do.
Logan, and not just that, the way they did the opening credits to make it be like, oh, there's no way. They were definitely priming it the whole time that she was coming back. So I would agree. I feel like as much as we all agree the music was better in Deadpool, I think we have to agree the writing was better in Logan. Like, overall, let's be real. Logan Paul is still.
Yeah. I knew what I wanted to say and knew what I wanted to tell, and like at the time, it was a much more focused film because at the time we didn't know that he was going to come back to doing this shit.
All right, so we'll give that one to you. We'll keep it 3-2. On to the next one.
Yeah, I have to agree to give it the writing because, like I said, the reason why I hated Logan is because I left the theater feeling sad and depressed. And if that's the tone that, according to Rod's, what they're going for, they succeeded.
Oh yeah, you should feel that leaving. You should leave that feeling a sense of loss. That was how it was done. And it was done well. So direction.
Now let's go down to the direction. James Mangold.
I feel like Logan. We're gonna get back to the story. Carried the movie. The direction was nothing amazing. There was nothing in that movie that was, oh my god, the director did this amazing thing. In Deadpool,
yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Deadpool too. David Lee, for one, you do know he worked on the John Wick movies as well as the fucking Matrix, right? Like,
I know.
Yeah,
I feel like the directing in Deadpool was better. I feel like he took because you have such a big ensemble cast, a lot of secondary characters, a lot of tertiary characters. Nothing felt watered down. None of the camera angling felt weird. Nothing felt muddy. I mean, it just felt like he kept directing. Directing is mainly about getting your story on there without losing anything to the ambiance, without losing anything to the elements. And I feel like in Deadpool,
I would feel cohesive. And the one thing I have to this isn't just pertaining to just a Deadpool 2, but every single Deadpool movie has a unique vision behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the original film was directed by Tim Miller, who is one of the founders of Blur Studios. Behind amazing CG cutscenes from the Halo 2 CG cutscenes. For Halo 2 anniversary. You can tell that he's a visual effects master, right?
Which is why Deadpool 1 had a lot more visual effects other than certain sequences in Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 was directed by a master stunt coordinator who knows exactly how to deliver fucking action. Deadpool
Which
and
is why
Wolverine,
the action sequences were better in Deadpool 2 than they were in Deadpool 1. Like let's be real, the Ajax fight at the end of Deadpool 1 was very lackluster. As much as I like Ed Skrein, as much as I like the characters, that was a very lackluster fight. So I feel like he did an amazing job. Logan, the director, kind of just sat back and made sure they didn't fuck up. So I feel like, honestly, in this case, we have to give it to Deadpool 2 just because the director, he like you said, he had a vision and you could tell that, and he made it work.
Yeah. So
we'll keep it 4-2.
That's fine. See,
on to the next one.
Which
Wait,
one?
You said there were 7. You said there were 7. We only did 6.
Shit.
What did we miss?
The 7th one is for the audience to decide.
Yeah.
Which one? I told you this was a pretty fucked up episode. Didn't I say that? Like, it was a pretty nasty.
I'm gonna say based on numbers, Deadpool wins. Based on numbers, we said 4 out of 6 went to Deadpool 2. So I think that we're gonna have to give it to Deadpool 2 being overall the winner here. Personally,
both films, however, are fucking fantastic.
And by no means does that mean Logan was bad. It just means that Deadpool, like if Logan was A, Deadpool was S.
Yeah, there we go. See, we're all having fun here.
Exactly.
So, for those, let us know in the comments on YouTube, especially if you which film did you like better? Did you like Deadpool 2 or Logan? Here. But anyway, now that we're done with that, let's talk about some D24.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So there's some good stuff in here.
Fire and Ash. This I'm actually looking forward to.
Same.
The second film was all about the water people, and now we're talking about fire and ash.
Which makes sense because the first Avatar was kind of like greenish, so that's kind of like Earth, like of course Pandora in this case. Yep. Like very
they all lived in harmony
plant-like.
Until the fire and ash attacked.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I knew one of you. I knew one of you was about to say
that. Anime fans, feel the wrath of the anime fans, Raj. Feel the wrath.
The four nations lived in harmony until the fire and ash attacked. I don't know. I feel like the original Avatar was a little too long, but amazing. I feel like the second one was super forgettable. The second
I even have the voice
was,
in the first film right there.
Let me bring that up. Okay, there we go. There we go.
I feel like the second was just very forgettable. I don't like. I'll put it to you this way: I don't remember anything about the second movie. I think visually, again, very, very good, but I feel like I don't remember much about the story.
That's fair.
So I'm hoping this
Avatar
one does a better job.
Franchise for a lot of people.
Visually, it's amazing. It's probably the best visual series we've ever gotten. Ever.
I agree. But the thing about Avatar, which I absolutely am I love, is that you don't have to love it, nor you have to like it. You can just come in and just have a good time. That's all. I think that's the whole point of these movies, is just to have a good time and to have an environmental message behind it. So,
which is a good thing.
Okay, how much you want to bet that Fire and Ash is going to showcase the problems of forest fires?
Probably.
Yeah.
Way of the Water, they had the whole whale sequence and whatnot, in which, let's be honest, it's a real thing happening in the actual world. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
As a matter of fact, I think Japan got in trouble.
Yep.
For whaling. But
all right, let's talk about some fucking Fantastic Four. Now, keep this in mind. I said this a while ago, or at least I think I did. A lot of the stuff that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con is going to be transferred over here because it's just really convenient. Plus, it's D23, and they were busy. Let's just say that Marvel side, especially, they've been fucking busy as of late.
Yeah, you can say that again. Goodness.
Galactus is apparently the second being in the MCU to have no variants within the multiverse. The first one being America Chavez apparently.
Which is interesting because he was in Fortnite, which means now Fortnite, based on that statement alone, Fortnite is canon in the MCU universe.
I fucking hate that you have to. I fucking hate that you're right. Also, flying cars. Yeah, that is real. That is fucking real. I don't know what's going on here, but I want it. I want to see it.
Yeah, let's see how that actually works out in the real world.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, good shit.
This is giving me Edward Norton Hulk flashbacks. It's giving me, no, you know what it's giving me? It's giving me League of Extraordinary Gentlemen flashbacks.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I love that movie too, because like I said, Nemo.
I don't doubt it. But we'll see how that plays out.
On one hand, a giant, muscular, red Harrison Ford is kind of interesting to see. But on
and then on the other hand, it'll be lotion. Wait, what?
Lotion? Where does lotion come into play?
It's just the way he described it. I had to go for the low hanging fruit.
I'm gonna forget I heard all that.
It's like the old joke. They're gonna remake Brokeback Mountain with Scarlett Johansson and Emma Watson. On one hand, I hate that Hollywood keeps remaking male movies with females.
Wait,
on the other
what?
hand, it'll be lotion.
What are you talking about?
It's a joke.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a joke anymore. Anyway,
but that's the joke. Is like on one hand, I hate that they keep remaking movies with just female castings. On the other hand, would be lotion.
Okay, so Thunderbolt Red Hulk Ross is going to appear in Captain America 4, and surprise, surprise, in the Thunderbolts. Was anybody surprised about this at all whatsoever?
No, nobody was.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruh! Johnny Bernthal's back! So hyped! Okay, so again, we were talking about comics earlier. I am a little bit of a fan.
Hold on a moment. Hold on. There we go. Bring those puppies out.
First issue Deadpool. First issue Punisher. First appearance Punisher. I am a diehard Punisher fan. I have cosplayed Johnny Bernthal's Punisher before. Johnny Bernthal's back! I am so excited. Just that alone, I am so excited.
What I'm annoyed, however, is that they had a trailer. They have a trailer, but it was only available for D23 guests. But thankfully, it got leaked. Yeah. And holy fucking shit, dude! After Deadpool and Wolverine,
much hype.
After Deadpool and Wolverine, this is my most anticipated MCU outing yet.
Oh yeah, like I was saying when we were debating Deadpool versus Logan, that who portrays a character more perfect comic book than Ryan Reynolds? If Ryan Reynolds is the top, Johnny Bernthal's the second. And then Hugh Jackman. Dude. In my opinion, it's Ryan Reynolds, Johnny Bernthal, Hugh Jackman for when it comes to comic accurate portrayals of characters. Because Johnny Bernthal brings that element of anger and just detachment to Punisher that we didn't see from other actors. You know, like he has that element of, you know, hey, I respect the police and the military, but fuck them if they get in my way. Like I feel like, oh my God, I cannot wait.
I really like. First of all, this show has gotten major changes. Okay, originally this was supposed to come out this summer, actually, but originally, it was gonna have much like Kenobi, much like a lot of fucking shit that has released over the last couple of years, where you're advertising a show for a main character, and that character gets subsequently replaced by a random that has nothing to do with the show you're watching. Like, they get replaced for no fucking reason at all, right? They changed that. Originally, Punisher was not going to be in it. Foggy Nelson and Karen Page were not going to be in it. And you know that Echo series on Disney Plus?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. That character was going to be the one to replace Daredevil.
Yeah. So I'm glad they fixed that, because all of those would have brought the quality of this way down.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they fixed that. It's kind of like the Sonic movie. They heard feedback from fans and they're like, okay, let's fix this.
Mm-hmm. But more interestingly, we're getting a White Tiger debut in the MCU. Whether it's a male or female version, I don't know. I don't care. That's kind of interesting. But what's really interesting, aside of having Johnny B come back as good old Frankie, Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk are teaming up with each other to take down a new, more deadlier foe called the Muse. Well, apparently
Don't know about who that is.
He's a deranged serial killer that dismembers body parts and shit.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So it's going to be graphic, which is going to be fantastic.
Yes, that's what I wanted to see. This is like they're keeping the same tone and style of the Netflix series.
Which is what they should have done, because, and I think that's what brought Johnny Bernthal's Punisher above the rest, was they did not shy away from how graphic it was. Like, dude, the scene between him and the Pilgrim, where they finally meet up in the junkyard and go to town on each other, holy hell, dude! Like, that was brutal. It was brutal. It was graphic, and you're like, how can either one of them still be standing after that? And like, that was just, again, if they keep that tone in this and then they don't shy away from it, it'll be amazing.
Now, I am concerned about a couple of things here. One, they announced a season 2
already.
Yeah. If that's the case, then this first season of Born Again better fucking deliver, because I'm not accepting a season 2 unless if season 1 is that fucking good. If that makes any sense, you know?
I get you.
But let's see what happens. But I'm really excited about this. Like, after Deadpool and Wolverine, this is my most anticipated MCU thing.
I agree with you. So continue.
We're just gonna move past this because they didn't really show much. So fuck it.
They really didn't.
Dude,
they should have stopped after 3. They should have stopped after 3.
So I did do research on this. You're looking at the villain right there. The villain is the touch screen.
I get it.
This shit,
but like, they should have stopped after 3.
Is the main villain of Toy Story 5.
Which is why I have not given any of my kids tablets.
Good boy. Very good boy. Very, very proud of you.
Because nobody wants tablet kids.
No one does.
All right, next.
Enter season 2. It takes place 4 years, right? And each every 3 episodes will have like a 1-year time gap or whatever.
That's weird.
Okay.
I'm super excited about this. K2SO comes back. Krennic comes back. I'm super excited for this.
Should be good. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Don't care.
I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. Like I said, I tackle these things with an open mind, and
it seems.
And after the bombshell that was the Acolyte, I need fresh Star Wars.
This looks good.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, this looks gimmicky. It looks like gimmicky, and since they're focusing more on the characters than a story, I feel like it's going to fall prey to the same shit as the Acolyte.
Now, I did see an interesting theory that this might be a prequel to Captain EO.
Be interesting if it was.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see if it's its own standalone story, which I believe it is. But if it turns into a Captain EO, which is a Disney-owned property made by George Lucas, it would be kind of cool if they make Captain EO canon to Star Wars.
What we need canon to Star Wars again is the Old Republic, cough, fucking Disney cough.
Okay.
Yes! This is let me quote Dave Filoni here.
For the better part of the last 3 years.
It's about time. I'm still mad.
Let me quote Dave Filoni. He says he wants to bring Star Wars back to the big screen. That's his quote.
Yeah. Why is it a year and a half away, though? Why are they announcing it now when it's a year and a half away?
Well, there's been rumors that it's been rumored that this has been planned for a while.
Yeah, but that's why my point is, since it's been in the works so long, why are they announcing it now? I wish it was coming sooner. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
For one, I think I know why. They're very much well aware that the last few years of Star Wars content, let's be honest, wasn't the very best, and they need
That's
to
putting
build
it
back
lightly.
up the brand by having all this other stuff from Ahsoka to the Mandalorian and all that. Like, it's all very interconnected. Like, I think like they're harping on Disney Plus right now. That like you want this shit to come out, you want to see this shit? Watch this. We're giving you this much time to check that shit out first until you get to
I mean, I get it. I feel like making an announcement this far out, you lose the hype. By the time it comes around, you lose the hype. So I'm hoping that we get something in between.
Like I'm what's known as a Star Wars shill. I hate to say that, but
you are.
I'm no matter how bad it gets, I'm like Acolyte. I didn't walk away from Star Wars. Like I'm loyal to this brand. I have an open mind. It's part of my childhood.
I am loyal to the brand. I read every book that came out before George Lucas sold it. I played all the games. I did all that stuff. I am a diehard Star Wars stan pre-Disney. I feel like Disney, along with a lot of people, I feel like Disney lost what made Star Wars amazing, and they retconned so much. I feel like for me personally, it was so much that I really haven't enjoyed most of the Disney content. But that doesn't mean I gave up on Star Wars. I mean, I still got a freaking lightsaber right here. I'm still a diehard. It's just it's. I feel like Disney has been.
I watch it all.
I feel like Disney has been super hit or miss.
Yeah, that's why with Acolyte I had to warn you guys.
That's what I felt about D23 this year, because we got some interesting bit of news like this, that, kind of this.
Yeah, we have some cool stuff.
Not much of that. Very much this.
But we, like I said, I've learned that there's worse stuff than Acolyte, which we'll get to at the end of the day.
Oh my God.
Keep it rolling. We got more. Okay, so I'm going to speak my piece.
Go ahead.
I love Tron. The original, the sequel, the story, the games, the overall to it was amazing. I feel like this movie can be amazing as long as they don't lose what made the first two good. This movie can be amazing. I know that Legacy wasn't super well received. I loved it. I feel like the big miss here so far. I feel like the big miss here. Oh yeah, I feel like the big miss here is 9 Inch Nails. There are so many artists out there that if they didn't want to go back to using Daft Punk, they could have gone Marshmello, they could have gone Deadmau5, they could have gone, Daru. There's plenty of artists out there that they could have gone that could have kept that same digital kind of style that we had in the first two movies. And I think 9 Inch Nails, as much as they're known for an industrial sound, it makes me a little concerned because
I think I know why they went with 9 Inch Nails.
But if they're setting the tone for it, like the music set the tone. In the first movie, the visual and the music set the tone for all of it, and it's a very mellow, digital, focused on computer-like tone to the entire film. When you get into the second one, it was supposed to be this technologically advanced, very kind of futuristic, like, electronic feel, which made Daft Punk and the visuals work really well together.
Here's what's concerning, and I'm not disagreeing with you here. The premise is apparently, while the first two movies are about entering the digital world.
Yeah, this one's going to be set in our world, and it's very bad guy centric. Like I think Jared Leto is the bad guy. I think
he is.
So,
which is already a massive red flag, because what is the last movie that Jared Leto was in that was good? I know the answer. What was the last one, guys? American Psycho.
Nope. Blade Runner 2049. That's the last good movie he was actually legit in. And he played a villain.
I disagree that was a good movie. I think it was a solid C movie.
Really?
I'm talking top tier, grade A material movie that he was in, American Psycho.
For me, it's Blade Runner 2049. But again,
Fair enough.
you know,
Fair enough.
it's-
Difference in opinion there. I didn't personally like that movie.
But
Um,
but Nine Inch Nails has like this very gothic but futuristic tone to it. If you listen to their music, it's very gothic, very dark, and therefore I think that this movie's tone is going towards. This is going to be kind of a dark Tron
well,
movie.
that's honestly
I can already
that's what I'm
foresee it.
worried about. That is my main concern, is that the music has really been kind of set the tone to the last two movies. I'm worried that this is going to be a dark, gritty, industrial style movie, which I think is going to lose what made the first two movies good. So I'm going to go into it optimistic for a good Tron movie, but I'm worried it's going to come out feeling more like a spin-off than a Tron movie. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what the big red flag, the arguably bigger red flag, apart from Jared Leto, Jeff Bridges is back. Like, if you've seen Tron Legacy,
How?
he fucking dies, right? Like, he gets obliterated at the end of the fucking
And he
movie.
destroys Clue. Clue. So how?
How the hell is he back? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
And that's
If I had to
Tron
guess,
is dead.
I say it's Tron. I say it's Tron that brought him
No,
back.
Tron's dead too.
No,
We
he
saw
isn't.
Tron-
He isn't.
We saw
He
him
isn't.
sink into the
He isn't.
digital.
He
We
isn't.
saw him sink
He
into the
isn't.
digital. We saw him sink
He-
into the digital, and I get that his lights changed, but like, how? How would he even? How? Like, I don't know. And
I got the
animated
answer. I
series
got the
and
answer.
the video games, it's just it doesn't make sense to bring him back short of just retconning.
Yeah, they
It also
I
makes
got the answer.
sacrifice less
Serious-
impactful.
they need to
I
pull
got
some
the answer.
serious
I
fucking
just
magic.
gotta find
in
it,
this
guys.
But that's kind of what I'm concerned about. Is like they're gonna shoehorn a retcon in to make it work.
one. Yeah, I'm a little
This.
annoyed by that, but
This game will hold the answers.
I've played it.
I
get
did
what
a
you're
whole YouTube video on it.
saying. I played it. I get what you're saying. It was Mirror's Edge with Tron. It was fun.
No, but here's the thing. If you die, and I made a whole YouTube video on it. When you die, it says program reprogram.
I know what you're saying, and that word.
And
I
he
feel
put the
like they
disc
put
in.
that in.
Like he put in the disc, and as far as I know, the disc is still in there. Therefore, Anon, the character in here, is still alive in Tron.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like that was put in for the sake of making the video game work. I don't feel like that really makes sense to the digital world, and here's why. Taking someone's disc means you're taking all their abilities. It doesn't mean you're taking them, right? Like when Jeff Bridges loses his disc in Tron Legacy, he wasn't able to make a second Clue. He wasn't able to do all these other things. He was just gaining access to the abilities that Jeff Bridges had. Tron, by taking someone else's disc, didn't recreate that second person. He just used the second disc. Sam, he basically downloaded himself into a disc. It was more his history. Clue opens it up and learns all his history, his memory, his experiences, right? He didn't like, hey, I could recreate Sam. When Jeff Bridges made Clue, he didn't use a disc to make him. I feel like the discs being a re-download thing was put in to make the video game work. And even if
I'm not talking about like the disc on the back. I'm like there's when you hold this when he holds the system monitor. Hold on. When he holds the system monitor disc at the beginning cutscene, he says, "This is where my system monitor comes in." He had, we don't know if he put that disc in there, and every time you die in the game and come back, how do I know that disc is not taken out by Jeff Bridges? How do I know if it's like that?
I get what you're saying. I feel like that's a stretch, and like I said, I feel like that mechanic was put in purely for the game to work. Because if they don't have a mechanic like that, you have to one shot it without dying. It's the same reason that almost every video game has some form of respawn ability. Like in Borderlands, in the video games, you literally pay to have a digital copy of yourself stored in a computer, and when you die, it just respawns you and you pay for it.
Yep.
In different video games, they put these mechanics in to make it make sense that you're not really dead. Otherwise, you run into this problems like the game The Force Unleashed, where if you die, you get way the hell back, and you're not respawning. You're going to an earlier point in the story before you die. So I feel like it was a mechanic that was put in to make the game work. I don't really necessarily feel like that would translate well into the movie without watering it down and making it really hard for a casual viewer to grasp and enjoy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the casual person who hasn't played all that, who doesn't know all the lore, I feel like that would muddy the story down tremendously.
The problem with Tron, here's the problem with Tron for me, okay? And no, I'm not, like, again, I'm fully agreeing with everything that's been said so far about Tron. Ares, whatever the fuck's called these days.
Yeah.
Is that, like, Tron is meant for a very niche group of people, and I'm starting to accept that right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
gonna
sad.
bomb.
Yeah.
It's gonna bomb, and it's either, but it's like Legacy did. It's gonna bomb, but it might not be bad. So that's why I'm going into it optimistic. I'm hoping it does well, but
much like
I'm already prepared.
Yeah, like the Tron thing that with the whole light thing. That's my theory. I say that he's not dead, and I say that's probably how he's gonna bring him back, Jeff Bridges' character back.
Well,
unless he's like a digital copy, like you said.
Which is far more likely
because
the Clue program is saved, and because Sam made a copy of the digital thing and he wore it around his neck, it's far more likely he's going to be a digital copy. He's going to be like a Clue-esque thing.
Yeah. But we'll see when the movie comes out.
Hey, watch your language.
Why is he adorable? Why is he adorable? Live action. Why is he adorable? I
not gonna lie. I don't hate this. I don't want a Stitch remake, but I don't fucking hate this. This looks cute.
If they're gonna do it scene for scene exactly like the animated one, because it was goated. There's no need to change anything.
I'll give it a shot. Why not? But yeah, this doesn't look half bad. I'm actually
no, it doesn't. It actually looks really good. I haven't really liked any of the Disney live action remakes. It looks awesome. Can we not? Can we not?
I don't want to do this, but we got to do it. Fucking hell.
Oh.
Can we not?
I thought he wasn't gonna do trailers.
I already had it open. Why not? Plus, I needed to get our anger rolling for the movie we're going to be talking about in a.
We can already do that. Trust me. We don't have to talk about this travesty of a movie.
Yeah, we can already do that.
Like, this is just. I think universally everybody hates this movie and it's not even out yet.
Yeah.
Just move on from it, Raj. It's terrible. We all know it's going to be awful.
Yeah, move on.
Like, okay. Yeah, people will definitely hate on this for sure, but
nothing can beat Snow White and the Huntsman for me. I'm sorry. That is my live action Snow White.
Yeah, this shit. No, fuck. Like Snow White, whatever. I could care give. I don't really give a shit about Snow White, whatever. Right?
Yeah, we're making a Lion King prequel.
This fucking pisses me off. Fuck this movie.
This is a cash grab.
Movie up its fucking ass.
It's a cash grab for the sake of a cash grab, and it's not going to be good. Let's be real.
I gotta give this movie props though. Good. I gotta give it props though.
For what?
It's advertising. Unlike Sonic 3, which comes out the same fucking day.
See this? See this, Disney? You see?
For real. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Nemo. Like, why do we have a trailer for this crap, but we don't have a trailer for Sonic?
Thank you.
You're 100% right.
You see this? You see this? You see this fucking thing, Disney? You see this?
No, what is it?
This is how I feel about Mufasa the Lion King. Okay? I was willing to, like, you know what? I wanted to see if they're going to double down on this whole lion with zero royal blood bullshit. But you basically just ruined the Lion King in general by making Mufasa be the outsider and Taka, aka Scar, the actual fucking. What the fuck were you thinking? What? If this was a multiversal story where it's a different universe entirely, fine, whatever. Or if it's a remake, fine, whatever. But this shit, you fucking ruined an already amazing story. One that was basically fucking Hamlet, but with lions.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, you're 100% right.
This royally pissed me off. Like, I saw the fucking trailer, and I'm like, okay. First of all, the animation Well, we're not even calling this live action. Okay, it's not fucking live action. If it's live action, you need fucking human people.
Shadows, Shot the Hedgehog movie's more live action than the
This is
Lion
a
King.
fucking animated movie. And
Well,
they're
that's also
still
the problem with
calling it
Snow
live
White.
action.
Look at Snow White. The only live action thing in Snow White is the actress playing Snow White. Everything else is animated.
It's still live action. It's still fucking live action. I hate to say it, but it's fucking that is live action. That piece of shit movie with Rachel Zegler, that's live action. This is fucking animation, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I'm not seeing this shit. Fuck off. I'm not seeing this garbage. Oh,
Hey, see Sonic 3 twice. See Sonic 3 twice if it ever comes out.
For real.
like, and keep this in mind. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those that said like I grew up with the original Lion King and whatnot. Like, yeah, but like Lion King has a very unique, special place in my heart, and the fact that this is the second time Disney did this.
They gotta ruin it twice.
But yeah, they ruined it twice. They fucking ruined it twice. I fucking hate.
You see the comment in private?
Oh,
I'm not.
yeah, I see it.
I'm not seeing this shit at all. No.
He has to move off. He has to jump off soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had to get going?
Private chat.
Oh shit! Hold on a moment. Oh, okay. All right then. Thank you so much for jumping in, Ethan.
I would love to stay on, especially because I would love to talk about Borderlands. As much as
this will be up to him. He's going to be doing a little bit of a rant in a bit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
but,
get up.
As much as I would love to stay and talk about Borderlands and how, oh my god, I do got to jump off because I got family responsibilities. We're at almost 2 hours. So I will have to join you.
This is the longest we've gone. I'm kind of surprised, but yeah. Do come in next week. We'll have a much shorter episode, hopefully.
So all right, guys, it's been fun. Right. Thank you guys for having me, and I'll see you guys all next week.
Yep. See ya.
All right, see ya.
Take care.
Okay. The dynamic duel, Batman and Robin. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to leave this to you because you're the bigger Borderlands fan than I am. So let me just put you in the center stage. I feel your pain. I just explained to you my fucking hatred over Mufasa. Now is the time, my son.
As you can see, the wig is off. I've streamed these Borderland games when I first began streaming. It's kind of how I debuted a little bit. And when I heard that this movie was announced, once I saw, I was thrilled. I actually wanted to see it. Once I heard the announcement, I'm like, heck yeah. Then I saw that Avi Arad was producing it, and at first I didn't share Raj's hatred to Avi Arad, but now I have full, complete understanding because they added Tiny Tina and Dr. Tanner as if they're playable heroes, and they are not. I'm like, okay, that's red flag number one. Red flag number two is casting Kevin Hart and what's your name is Dr. Tanner. All these actresses look old, and it's the exact opposite of Uncharted, where Sully was too young. This is the exact opposite, where the actresses are too old. And why Kevin Hart? Roland only made me laugh one time in Borderlands 2, and that's when he's talking to Lilith saying, hey, the bad guys grabbed me because I was trying to take a piss. You know, that's the only time he made me laugh. Other than that, Roland is a super serious guy. He's an ODST soldier without the armor. That is Roland in a nutshell. Raj, you're a Halo fan. Have the ODSTs ever made you laugh other than like little smug jokes here and there, like mainly from Romeo? Like in combat, whatnot, when the heat of the moment, have the ODSTs ever made you laugh in the heat of battle? Like, do the ODSTs ever make you laugh throughout the whole time? No. Like, yes, Borderlands has funny moments here and there in the game, but it's not throughout. It's a RPG. You level up your character. You fight alien monsters more so than the humans, and it's crazy. And in this one, Tiny Tina is technically the second main star. The other main star is Lilith, and oh my gosh.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to describe Tiny Tina in the best way you can. Like, who is she as a character, personality wise?
Oh, she's basically like a little girl Deadpool, you know, like like when you first meet her, she has a bandit tied to a dynamite stick and she blows it up. She's a pyromaniac. I guess that's the term for it if you're obsessed with explosions. She's a pyromaniac.
She's like Harley Quinn. More specifically, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Yeah. She's just obsessed with violence and explosions, and not this hero that's wanting to do good. Tiny Tina is a NPC. You don't play as her at all. You take missions from her. Even in her standalone games, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Tiny Tina's not playable. She's not. Why are you giving the impression that she's going to be playable? Because people that watch this Borderlands movie, they watch it and love Tiny Tina. Imagine your disappointment when you play a Borderlands game only to find out that Tiny Tina is an NPC.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I knew this was going to be a disaster. And then upon opening weekend, oh gosh.
You want to know where this movie fucking lost me in particular? Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull up the first teaser trailer. All right.
All right.
Let's see. Borderlands trailer. This was 2 weeks ago, 5 months ago. Okay. I'm not even gonna bother with the sound. Don't. No, really.
Yeah, it's copyright. You never know. 2K is being Take-Two is being ridiculous with this already. So I'm kind of glad you muted it.
Yeah. Fucking Kevin Hart. Like, I don't hate these actors. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're good actors. And even Jack Black messes up with Claptrap, from what I've heard. Like, he's basically annoying to where he's like Jar Jar Binks level annoying from people that I've
All right. Okay. This
to.
is it. Right fucking here. This, for me, this was the deal breaker.
AV Rod, you twerp. And I'm very, very offended with this freaking movie. So I'm not seeing it. I'd rather see Deadpool and Wolverine again.
Minor spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine for a moment, because I came to this revelation like a few days ago.
Yeah, go ahead and explain your revelation.
Okay, so
I agree.
In the movie of Deadpool and Wolverine, Logan and Wade, they end up in the Void, which was introduced in the Loki TV show. Basically, it's that area where unwanted, non-loved shit goes to waste regarding the timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a barren wasteland, right? And in that barren wasteland, there is factions, if you will. There's gangs and shit. And our heroes, excuse me, they require the help of, let's see here, a feisty little girl, right? A feisty little girl, a suave, serious but hilarious black man, a couple of a well-known femme fatale, right? A weird, quirky character with a unique way of saying shit, and Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Does the characters of the fucking Boredom Lands movie sound familiar? I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. This fucking movie did Borderlands better than fucking Borderlands. And you want to know what Boredom Lands will never have? They will never have. I swear to fucking God, I'm about to lose. I'm gonna blow a fuse in a moment. I'm about to
Go
blow.
for it. It's your show. It's your show. Blow that fuse. It's your show.
Hold on a moment.
Because
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that.
can I say something real quick though?
Go ahead.
From what I've heard from people that have no knowledge, never played the games, like open mindset, like how you would be, how me and you would be in certain things. People that watch this with no knowledge at all, open mindset, went to a movie just to have a good time. They did not have a good time because they said the story makes no sense and they couldn't understand what the heck was going on.
You want to know what? And you want to know what this movie will never fucking have?
And I'm like, wow.
It will never have one. Oh, fuck you. Really? What the hell? God damn it.
What were you trying to showcase?
I'll just do it over here. Fuck it. I'm all over. Yeah. It will never have this. It will never have this.
Yep. 1 billion. It'll never have that $1 billion mark. As a matter of fact, I did. You're not able to bring it up on this podcast, are you? The fact that 2K is now trying to make up that money by discounting Borderlands 3 to 90% off, and that's Borderlands story films or games like the Take-Two games that are like very RPG, not much gameplay, are 75% off. And then the fact that Take-Two is begging, saying, "Give this film a chance." No, you. That went out the window the moment you hired A.V. Arad. I'm sorry.
Not to mention the fact that the Take-Two CEO is anti-consumer. You know that, right? Like, he's fucking anti. He's not allowing you to stream your favorite. He's not allowing you to stream Bioshock. Fucking Bioshock. I wanted to stream Bioshock for fuck's sake. You told me I couldn't do it because Take-Two does not want good exposure.
Yeah. And it's about time. Like I said, I do not want to believe.
I brought the claws out here. Like
I do not want to believe.
When you see these claws out, you know we're fucking raging right now because this shit is fucking unacceptable. We're celebrating. I bought this stupid popcorn bucket for a reason because we're celebrating the fact that this shit is a failure. We're celebrating for the wrong reasons. We should be celebrating the fact that this did end up earning $1 billion. Which I'm glad I bought these claws out. I'm glad I ate some. I ate that as a fucking mouth. Like, this is unacceptable. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, nobody wants this shit. Listen to what the people want. Just give the people what they want. That's what Ryan Reynolds did. And
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this movie's failure. I hate to admit that, but I am. This is karma biting you in the butt for not letting me stream Bioshock 2. Like, there's the poster right there. Like, I'm just trying to zoom in on it. See it?
Yeah, I see it. I see it all right.
Yeah, and it's the perfect game for Nemo. You play as a diver. It's fun. Like, these are fun films. Yeah, they're not films, but games. Yeah, they're a bit out there, but it's amazing.
Strauss, go fucking retire. You are out of touch beyond fucking belief. You have no business in the games industry, let alone the entertainment industry. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You're taking advantage of your consumers in the wrong way. You're not even listening to your fucking consumers, man.
Give it a chance, Rod. Give it a chance. Nope, I'm loving this, baby. I'm loving this.
Go for you're 67 years old. Go fucking retire, you stupid piece of shit. And the sad part is he's from New Jersey. Yeah, South Orange, New Jersey.
That explains it, just like how I have the hot to a girl. That explains it.
This, you know what? I'm gonna go see Deadpool and Wolverine. again.
Yeah.
For the 6th time. I don't fucking care how many
Yeah.
times I see this fucking movie. This deserves your attention. This movie right here. I wish I had a katana on me. I had the background to help me. Go see
here.
Wolverine. I don't care if you've seen it already. Go see it again. Ignore this
Baby
crap.
Pool.
Baby Pool.
See Baby Pool more.
Actually,
than that.
speaking of popcorn buckets and shit, when your only good thing to come out of your shitty little movie is the claptrap popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I saw it. It actually looks cool. The eye lights up, the arms move. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. And I'm like, oh my god, that's the only good thing about this freaking movie.
Actually,
I can't believe it.
No. I take it all back. Because Deadpool and Wolverine kicked their ass in that department again. If you go to Regal Cinemas, you'll get a Baby Pool popcorn bucket, which not only stores your fucking popcorn, right, but also has the ability to allow you to store your fucking soda. It is the coolest fucking thing I have ever seen.
Wow.
This fucking movie right here, Deadpool and Wolverine, has more than one specialty popcorn bucket. We got obviously the
Yeah, I saw the Deadpool, the zombie pool, the deadhead, like I saw I could have got that instead, but I wanted this because this is more iconic though.
Your cups, your specialty novelty Deadpool and Wolverine cups.
Yep.
If you go to Cinemark, you'll get a different kind of Wolverine popcorn bucket, but it's not this. It's more traditional looking. It's just the cowl itself. There is no gaping mouth or anything. It looks cool as fuck. That along with a traditional looking Deadpool bucket as well. So there is more fucking merch opportunities for this. And the other thing is, it's probably the other reason why Deadpool and Wolverine did so well in the box office that it crossed $1 billion. Wade and Logan are in Disneyland. They're in fucking Disneyland. Yeah.
Yep, they sure are. They're Disney characters there.
And what's crazy?
And speaking of,
no, go ahead.
Speaking of which, I do have a bit of exciting announcement. You've already seen it, but I'll get my chance to see Furiosa on August 16th as it'll be premiering on Max. I just got that notification.
I love how this movie also poked fun of Mad Max. I have your head of your beloved Furiosa. Anyway, but I do have a really fun, exciting announcement that I've held off on this for a while. I've held off on doing this for literally a decade. I'm not fucking joking when I say this. I've been wanting to do this for the past 10 years. And now, because I'm slowly growing a following here on Crimson Arts, and I need your help on this. I need your fucking help. Anybody who's still on the chat in the stream watching this, I need to obtain at least 50 followers in order for me to become an affiliate, because me and Steve Murdoch will be attending San Diego Comic-Con in 2025. Here's why. Okay? Because there's a likelihood that this might be the last San Diego Comic-Con ever, because the license is about to expire next year.
Yeah, a lot of cons are changing. Like even my local con, MTAC, is possibly going to be bought out by Dragon Con.
Yeah.
So cons are changing.
Like the last 10 years, I failed, and I failed miserably. But now I am not holding back. I'm going to attend San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to go to Hall H, experience everything, because like this year was ridiculous. Hell, attendees of San Diego Comic-Con that went to Hall H that joined the Marvel Con, they got a free screening of Deadpool and Wolverine. That's fucking cool. And they even showed who was in the movie, the cameos especially. This movie's so fucking good. I like, but that's how crazy Comic-Con was this year. It felt like a true like I haven't seen this much coverage from Comic-Con in years since.
I can't believe it, but I've even said this to you multiple times. It pains my brain. It breaks my heart to even say this. The lack of Sonic 3 trailer is actually a blessing in disguise at this point, because if Sonic 3 came out, I guarantee you everybody would be talking about that instead of superhero stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually a blessing. And it's the reason why I've got the smack Borderlands in the mouth, because the lack of Sonic 3 trailer.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing in disguise. Which
anyway,
I hope, fingers crossed, Gamescom gives us that trailer. Fingers crossed.
Anyway, so that's going to be it for now. We will return next week. Captain Nemo is not. He was just filling in for Steve. Hopefully, Steve did well on his certification. He went for an IT certification called CompTIA.
Yep, I am a substitute.
So I do want to express my extreme gratitude to Nakamura Nemo for tuning in, for helping out this episode, because I was really unsure. And
we got to experience Tom Cruise. That's the plus. You got to experience Tom Cruise, an unplanned event on the podcast.
We got to experience Stitch. We got to experience a lot of stuff. Like this I think this was a much better episode compared to the last one. Because for one, we were talking about good shit for once, as opposed to right.
Yeah, the only bad thing was Borderlands, really.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in, for watching. Thank you, Ruscio. I'm glad you checked in. I really appreciate you all for doing everything to come in and whatnot. But please help spread the word about Crimson Art Studios. I'm trying to grow here because I want to.
I need the views. I have the numbers, but I need the views, guys. If you're part of my thing, do watch me for more than 2 hours.
Check him out. He's been a massive supporter. He's done a lot to help us. As you can see, he's helped out tonight. So do go check him out. He's going to be suffering with Outlaws in a bit. So do give him some love.
Well, not in a bit. Like I got Sea of Thieves to fill me in until that game comes out.
You know what I mean. I mean.
I'm sacrificing my wallet for you guys.
Anyway, okay. So I'm about to close up shop here. So thank you so much, and I will see you in a week. Oh, and before I go, I forgot. I need to give a little bit of an explanation as to what's going on.
About to say, don't you have more scrolls like your new scheduling?
Well, again, it was kind of messed up, so I have to say it from the heart for now.
Oh, okay. I saw that earlier, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to show that in this podcast or not. But
so what I'm going to do, here's what's happening. Okay, so I mentioned a while back. Hold on, let me take this off the stage for a hot moment. I mentioned a while back, plenty of times, that the months of June and especially July were the worst in my entire life. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was pretty bad, and it's why I had to step away from my usual Twitch streaming schedule. It was pretty bad, and I wasn't able to join this guy's stream for an entire month because the minute he goes live, I have to go to bed. And I wake up I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning every morning just so I can get some exercise and go to work. I start my shift I used to start my shift at 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay. But now that's over. It's over. I'm back to my usual 3 to 11. There's going to be I'm still doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with an additional Saturday, and Sunday's podcast. Saturday will be Halo 3 ODST, because I stopped between Halo 2 and ODST because next is ODST. Once I'm done with ODST, then we'll jump back into Halo 2. If that makes any sense, right?
All right.
Monday, and this is something that I wanted to do for a long-ass time. Let me tell you. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm finally going to give this a shot. I've held off on this for so. I tried it out offline like a couple of years ago, but I just didn't have the heart to complete it. But now I'm doing it.
The only thing that will annoy you is the lack of fast travel. That's it.
That's fine. I really don't care. But I'm going to give it a shot. Tuesday and Wednesday, at least for majority of September, which I'll get into that when I'm going to be coming back. Okay. I will be continuing Gears of War 2 and 3. After Gears of War 3, we're going to take a little bit of a break because the Halloween spooky season is pretty much around the corner at that time. It's freaking Dead Space, baby. Yeah, Dead Space is entering the chat for Tuesday and Wednesday streams. I cannot wait to get into it. I love Dead Space. But in terms of when I'm going to be coming back, September 2nd is when I'll be officially coming back to stream on Twitch like I used to do. And it's going to be a double stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm not touching anything on Thursday and Friday. Those are my me days. I need some time for myself.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'll be going through a schedule change myself once Malice starts. I'll be having my new days off will be Fridays and Saturdays. That's about it. My days off are changing, not the hours I'm streaming.
Now, what is Malice for those who are?
Okay, Malice is the haunted attraction that is slowly gaining popularity in Middle Tennessee. What's cool about Malice is that it changes every year. If you, Raj, you might come from New Jersey. If you actually made it an annual trip to Malice, I think you would like it every time because it's different every year. They always change out the sets. They always swap things around. Last year I was in the Vortex Clown Tunnel. This year I'm with the in the Midway. I'll be one of the greeter characters there. But they're adding a greenhouse. They're adding a void house, which is pure blackness. They're adding they're changing up the doctor area. There's gonna be like a gypsy room. There's the junkyard. You're gonna walk through a big archway of cars, junk cars. It's gonna be really intense. It's gonna be awesome. There's the opening night is there's a band playing. That's gonna be awesome. So do come out if you love haunted stuff. We're actually beginning really early this year. 2 months. Normally it's a month and a half. 2 months we're beginning this year. We're starting from Friday the 13th, which is September 13th, and we're actually gonna.
No, keep going. I just found that.
And we're gonna technically end on the 13th. But yeah, we're gonna have 2 Friday 13th this year. One in September and one in December. So we're beginning on Friday 13th and we're ending on Friday 13th. So even though there's a bit of a hiatus break in November, there will be one more weekend, which is the toy drive, where all you have to do is bring a toy worth $20 and you're in. And there's also going to be a mid-toy drive in the middle of October as well. So you don't always have to pay $25. You can just buy a $20 toy and bring the receipt with you as proof, and boom, you can get in. So that's what's really cool, So because of that, my schedule will be changing to Fridays and Saturdays. Then and because of that, I'll be streaming on Sundays and Wednesdays, which are usually my normal days off. Mm-hmm. But I will be streaming on Sundays and Wednesdays to make up for that Thursday and Friday for that Friday and Saturday off, because I'll be at Malice. And then on Halloween night, tune in for my first ever Halloween hangout. If you loved what I did in 4th of July, tune in for that. And all the kids that come up, if they want that full-size candy bar, all they have to do is say hello to Twitch. That's all they have to do to get that full-size candy bar. If not, then they get the standard bite size.
All right, then. Thank you once again for tuning in. And thank you, Nakamura, for filling in for Steve. I hope he did well.
Yeah, he owes me
now,
one.
now we're actually gonna end the stream here because it's been going on for like almost 2 hours and 13 minutes. This is probably the longest episode ever. I'm kind of happy about that. It was a good episode. Thank you once again. If you like what you've seen here, let us know in the comments below. Did you which movie did you like better, Deadpool 2 or Logan? Did you see Deadpool and Wolverine, or did you end up being a fool and ended up seeing the stupid ass Boredom Lands movie? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to see your comments if you actually commented. But thank you so much, and hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.